Hey everybody, welcome to Staring Down the Darkness. I'm Danny. Um, in my last video, I talked a little bit about support and how to keep yourself from falling down the rabbit hole of depression when you start to feel it come on. Um, Today, I want to talk a bit about what I call um, seeking depression or um, kind of going out of your way to find things that trigger you. We tend, or at least I tend, to gravitate towards things like that. Um, People that have experienced depression and depressive episodes tend to have morbid curiosity about the darkness of things and the darker side of the world. Um, and so we will do things like when we're on social media or looking through news articles, we'll hover and linger on the really tragic ones and read those and pay more attention to those than the more neutral or happy articles. Um, we tend to look at things like, you know, tragic stories as just a reflection of what our minds are thinking about. Because our minds are typically in dark places. And if you're in a position or in a point in your life where the depression doesn't have you, or you're in a good place at the moment, the last thing you want to do is to go looking for triggers to bring yourself down. Unfortunately, I do that. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that, and I've been called morbid more than once because I don't like my favorite musicians and actors or whatever, or even friends. I don't tend to remember birthdays as much as I remember the anniversary of their death, and it's just the way my mind goes. I would always on Facebook, post a video on the anniversary of an artist's death or something like that, commemorating them, and I couldn't tell you when their birthday was. So it's things like that that the way our mind works can work against us when it comes to depression. We have a tendency to think too much about the mortality of things and things ending instead of things continuing or beginning. It just seems to be what feeds our brains, or the way our mind works. So when you're in a good place and you're scrolling through Facebook, number one, it's probably a good idea not to go to social media when you're in a good place, or even when you're in a dark place. Social media has some really good stuff, and it has some really good uses and good benefits, but it also has a darker underbelly of people and things that are just not healthy for people like us. And so we don't need to entrench ourselves into that kind of cesspool if we can help it. Now, I know there are times that you're just going to do it and you can't help yourself, and I'm there with you. But catch yourself if you can when you start lingering a little too long on the negative stuff. When you start finding yourself getting angry or sad or mad or depressed, or outraged about something, it's time to put it down and go outside or do something else. I have spent hours on social media just reading through comments that, piss me off. And I couldn't stop reading them because something in that was feeding my brain what it wanted. Well, it wasn't what my brain wanted, it's what that darkness inside of me wanted. And it wanted more energy, more fuel for its attack on me. And this is how we can be our own worst enemies. There was a website that I have visited often, and it's about tragic celebrity stories, and I would go there and just read about some of my favorite celebrities and the tragic ends that they met, and it would pull me down into darkness. And I don't know why I did it except for morbid curiosity. I think if you take a little break from social media, the internet, that kind of thing, you'll find yourself being happy you did. That you won't miss that great big pile of negativity that's out there. If you take a few minutes, or a few days, and just enjoy what's around you, enjoy your life as it is. Try to do some things for yourself. Get outside of the house and shop, go to a movie, see some friends for coffee, whatever it is. Just do some things that do not involve the internet or social media, and take a little break from that. I think you'll find that you really do enjoy your own company sometimes. And that's hard for us. That's hard for me because I typically don't enjoy my own company, but I tend to be on my own by myself a lot in my head. And so I have to find ways to get along with myself, as weird as that sounds. But you can. Just like anything else, you find things that make you happy, and you try to stay there. Being present is a big thing, being present in the moment. And if you put down the computer, the phone, the tablet, and try to do some things for yourself instead of spending hours just reading other people's bad thoughts, then you can go a long way to keeping that depression at bay. If it's the more you get to know your own mind and how to make yourself happy, the better you're going to be in this fight. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle every day for me, because there's many days I don't really like myself very much. I don't see a whole lot of good in myself a lot of times, and so I have to struggle to find those good places to where I'm okay to be in my own company. So try to avoid things that trigger you into sadness. Don't go seeking depression. It's there, and it's going to probably work its way back into your life, back and forth over and over again. But the longer you can keep it at bay, the better you are at battling back and pulling yourself up, the better. And you need to develop these tools. They don't just come. You have to work on them. And so I would like to know from you guys. Do you have triggers? Do you find yourself going to dark corners of social media or dark corners of your mind to even when you're feeling not depressed? What do you tend to find? What kind of traps do you set for yourself? What do you tend to find that you do to sabotage your mental health? And you know, if you have those kind of things, have you found a way to keep yourself from doing it? Let me know. I want to know what triggers you guys. What do you do? Are you like me? Do you kind of gravitate towards those dark areas of social media and the dark areas of thought that can trip you up when you're doing well? Let me know. I want to start the conversation here with you guys, and if you have anything you'd like to see me cover in my videos, let me know. I read all the comments, so comment to me whatever you like. And guys, if it's your first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps me a lot. And if you see the bell down there and you like my videos, click the bell, hit the bell, and you will get future video notifications when I put one out. That way you don't miss anything. And you know, let's create ourselves a little community here, and let's try to help each other get through the day. Like the video, please, and hopefully you guys are doing well. You matter. It matters that you're doing well, and you're not alone. There's a lot of us out here, and so I will have the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number in the description of the video. If you need it, use it. There is no shame in asking for help. There is no weakness in asking for help. That's why they're there. And we are strong people. We are fighters. And let's fight together. I'll see you next time.